Greetings, everyone. My intention is to assist in igniting the words of Martin Luther King by utilizing tools that have been given to me during my journey as founder of Warrior Moms. Hello, my name is Nicole Lee, loving single mother of 3 and founder of Warrior Moms, where our mission is to enable the single mother the ability to eradicate emotional paralysis that comes from living in poverty. During this journey as founder of Warrior Moms, I have been inspired and led to create intellectual property products during my journey. The Warrior Survival Kit was a stipend participation program for single mothers. And during this journey, I was able to pinpoint the most effective tools utilized in transferring negative emotions into positive, life-changing thoughts and memories. This program was actually performed in the midst of COVID-19, 1 week before Mother's Day. And today, I like to share these tools and share how these tools can be used to ignite the powerful words of Martin Luther King. So Martin Luther King says, "Freedom is never voluntarily given by the oppressor. It must be demanded by the oppressed. Oppressed people cannot remain oppressed forever. The yearning for freedom eventually manifests itself." Wow, such powerful words. So the question is, how do you become powerful when you've been oppressed for so long? What tools can be used in order to become free? Well, here's a tool that was used during my journey as founder that was very helpful for single mothers. So first we got to talk about the effects of being oppressed. Trauma and toxic stress, right? So let's first define what is trauma. So trauma is an experience of serious adversity or terror, or the emotional or psychological response to that experience. What is toxic stress? Toxic stress is prolonged activation of stress responses, stress hormones, and elevated cortisol levels within the body. And as a result of toxic and negative experiences, it develops into toxic and negative thoughts, emotions, and memories. So let's list some of the adversities that people go through that has caused them to be emotionally paralyzed. Physical and emotional abuse, divorce, neglect, exposure to violence, racism, poverty, and police brutality. So you say, well, if I've been oppressed and you're telling me to reprogram my mind, how do I do that? What are the tools can I use to help me transfer these negative emotions, memories, and thoughts into positive ones, right? So the first thing I would like to share is a tool that you can use in order to reprogram the subconscious mind. So let's talk about the subconscious mind. Let's talk about the 3 levels of mind. So first, the conscious mind. The conscious mind defines all thoughts and actions within our awareness. The subconscious mind defines all reactions and automatic actions we can become aware of if we think about them. And then there's the unconscious mind. This mind defines all past events and memories. So positive affirmations are a great way to reprogram negative thoughts, actions, reactions, past events, and memories of emotions. And so today I'd like to share with you a positive affirmation. I am the source of all wealth. What I have to offer is unique and the world desires it. My value is beyond reckoning. The overflowing power of good overcomes every obstacle and pours out into the world, blessing and prospering everyone and everything through me. My vision is as the visions of the mighty ones. My faith is the faith of the undefeated. My power to accomplish is unlimited. So this is the power of a positive affirmation. When it is read with deep feeling, it sinks into the subconscious mind where it works a silent miracle. It will transform negative attitudes into positive affirmations of faith. So this is a tool that can be utilized to overcome being oppressed and in bondage of negative emotions and thoughts from your oppressor. So what else does Martin Luther King say? He says, darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. So now I'd like to share with you an excerpt from my published book, Insight, where it gives you insight of how to become the light in the midst of darkness. A spiritual being is a soul from within the physical body. Our physical body is nothing more than a vehicle. Our truest self, our core of being, is our spirit. Before we were born, we made an agreement in the spiritual realm as spirit to come to earth and bring forth a specific purpose. We are all here for a reason. As we were snuggled in our mother's womb, influences began to evolve from our mother's and father's historical imprint. When our mother gave birth, our journey of life began. Our influences began to evolve from who should we be based on influences, positive or negative, from our mother, our father, our caregiver, teachers, friends, and even our own truths. We began to mold into whom we should be by our response from these influences. So now we desire change, yet we have baggage from bills to dysfunctional relationships, children, jobs we don't care for, and the list continues. Now what? I'm glad you asked. This is a wonderful space to be in. Your inner spirit wants to come out and shine. Your inner core desires to operate as agreed the day you were born. So I encourage you to go within, talk to your higher source, and become the light. No matter what your belief system is, we are all connected. We are spiritual beings having human experiences. Let's begin to experience blissful living, even in a world full of chaos and darkness. Become the light of the world. And so there you have it. That is a tool that can be used with the words of Martin Luther King, and he says that life and light is more powerful than darkness. So let's become the light of the world. So what else does Martin Luther King says? He says, agape does not begin by discriminating between worthy and unworthy people or any qualities people possess. It begins by loving others for their sakes. Wow, very powerful, very strong, powerful words. So how do you do that? How do you love agape? You know, I've always felt like parenting is probably one of the strongest loves that you can ever encounter. So I like to share with you a cinematic therapeutic production that Warrior Moms, my organization, was in the process of putting on as a production, but because of COVID, it was put on pause. And so now it has been turned into an actual book. And I like to share amazing words from the writers of Savagery, actually, which was made up of single mothers and sons that were raised by single mothers. And a healing came upon during this journey as we were writing this manuscript. So I like to share with you some clarity and understanding of how do you get to agape love. In order to heal from the wounds of love, we must learn love and teach love. We first must fully know and understand love. Simply put, I can't give what I don't have. Look, we only understand love in the natural, but love is the supernatural, which brings wisdom to our natural bodies. There are 5 dimensions of love in the supernatural, yet in the natural, we only talk about one and live out the other. That is Eros love and Venus love. So let's talk about the loves. So agape love is God's love for humankind. Phileo love is brotherly, sisterly love that unites same belief systems. Storge love is love for a family member, mother to a child. Eros love is sensual, romantic love for one another. And Venus love is the carnal, animalistic, unconscious, incompetent sexuality of love. So those are the different levels of love. There's so many, and if you don't have a love for self, it is very difficult to get to the stage of having a love of agape for your fellow man. So what's the process? There's different levels, and once you understand there's different levels of love, and with agape being at the highest level, let's begin to start loving ourselves and loving our parents or loved ones, and learning to love our neighbors, and then we can get to that level of loving others for their sake. It is a process, but once you understand the love and start practicing the different levels of love, I believe we could get to that place of agape. So thank you for listening. Thank you for allowing me to share insights and tools that are used to get to that place of defeating the mindset of our oppressors, trauma, toxic stress, getting to a place where we can become the light, and also learning about the different levels of love so that agape can be what exudes from within out to the darkness that we all are experiencing here in this world. Thank you for listening. My name is Nicole Lee. And remember, become the light of the world. Have a lovely day.